Welcome to Allie's Attic, where you never know what kind of surprise you'll find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise is a gentleman that did something amazing on November 29th, 2016. We are going to get him to tell you all about that. Please welcome musician Clint Slate. Hello, Clint.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very fine, and you?
I am doing well. It's morning here. I know it's kind of evening supper time there, I guess, around?
Yes, it's around 6 p.m. now.
Okay. You're in Paris, right?
Yeah.
I want to go so bad. Anyway, okay. So let's talk about you, not where I want to go. So talk about your journey, I guess, Clint. Tell me when you started in this wonderful industry of music, right up to, we're definitely going to talk about November 29th, 2016, because it was cool, and then right up to now.
Well, do you have some time?
I do.
Okay, me too. Well, I guess I started music just by chance. I guess just like everybody. I was in high school and I found an old guitar in the attic that belonged to my father, and I just tried it. And so I tried guitar. I tried to make my parents buy me a drum kit. Obviously, it didn't work. I don't know why. So they got me an electronic drum pad thing that I bashed around with for some time, and then I started to write songs and play songs, learn instruments all by myself, and recording on cassettes and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. Years passing by, I had a real job in the real world. So I had a real depression coming with it, and I simply left everything behind in 2005, and did everything I could, and I'm still doing everything I can, now. I had countless projects, always learning things, and did shows, tours, albums, and stuff. And mainly just creating things. That's just the main project in my life is to create. So,
well, you do an amazing job. Okay, so let's talk about November 29th, 2016, because it blows me away. Now, I'm going to read what it says on what you sent me, because it's just cool how it's to record an album in a single take and live on the internet seems unrealistic. Yet that's what happened on November 29th, 2016. So tell me about that.
That's about it. I think it's the craziest idea I've had so far. And I've had some. In fact, it all started as a joke. I was working... I did a first album as Clint Slate in 2015, Before the Dark, that I did solo. And I created some kind of a concert / play with the album on stage. The album was done as a whole with a band and with how do you call that? Stage props, frames, video projections, a voiceover, and stuff like that. So I wanted a journey, and I wanted to do this in a theater with other people. So to connect the dots, when I had the idea for Wooden Bones, I thought, okay, I want to use this theater again because I really like it, but I don't want to use it the same way everybody does. So what could I do with it? Then I thought, okay, maybe I could record an album with other people, as the first one was, entirely on my own. So. Okay, that makes two information. What else? Oh, that could be fun to record it on the internet, with a video crew and stuff like that. Okay, that's three information. And, in a single catch, that would be stressful, but fun. And a world premiere, I think, now still, nobody ever did that. And there's a good reason for it, because it's highly complicated, but it all came, out of the blue one night, just thinking about what next thrill I could find. And we had 3 months to put everything together,
Mm-hmm.
and that is quite short. So we worked pretty hard on it. I mean, I knew right from the start what I wanted. I knew who I wanted in the team. I think the night I had the idea, I had a list of songs, and 8 out of 10 were already in this list. The scenery, the fact that I wanted us to be in the theater but not on stage, to be everywhere in the theater, and to have some kind of a decorum around with the lights and stuff like that. I already had in my head, so it was quite fun to be on, in the theater the very day of the recording and seeing, wow, that's what I sketched 3 months ago. So that's quite fun.
Wow.
But we had to find a choir, we had to rehearse, we had to arrange things, we had to find a way to be online in the theater, as it was a Faraday cage, so the network wasn't going anywhere. So it was quite fun.
Okay, so let me get more into detail. So 8 musicians and a choir performed and captured 10 songs, mixing rock and folk, distortion and vocal harmonies, flights of brass, and compound time signatures. I still cannot believe that you so it's on YouTube, right? Okay, I'm encouraging everybody to go and watch this, because what he said is true. Everybody's all over the theater. How you got the sound to sound as good as it is, that's mind-boggling to me. Now, the guests. You had the Singing Swag Choir, and I'm going to say names wrong. I know I am. You had the accordionist Steban. Did I say that right? Okay. And that he's from, okay, so this is what I'm going to butcher, not French whatsoever, even though I'm in Canada. Les Petites Bourrettes. Did I say that right?
Hey, not bad. Les Petites Bourrettes.
Okay. And the jazz saxophonist Oliver, is it Olivier? How do you say
Olivier.
Okay, Olivier. You can say his last name. Or her, him. Okay. And that's from the Volunteered Slaves. I'm kidding. And then the mastering, which must have been kind of daunting and scary, but he did an incredible job. The mastering brilliantly executed by Kevin Salem. Yola. See, I'm saying things backward. Yola Tango. Right? Did I say that right? Okay. So yeah, you guys all get together, went into this theater, did it live on the internet, and got 10 songs on an EP, which is amazing. So then on November 29th, 2017, a unique and human album was released, along with a neat and evocative artwork, an interlude away from time and space. And we're talking about Wooden Bones. And the sound, Clint, is amazing. All the songs, and you sent me all the songs. All the songs are like, wow. I couldn't believe it. It was just, I don't know how you guys did it, but hats off to you, because it's beautiful. And I like the different types of, every song's different. It's nothing sounds the same. It's so unique. And so your crazy idea that you call it, I think was an absolutely brilliant idea, and I think that it worked really well.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Anytime. Okay, so talk more. Okay, so you started playing guitar. I can see all the guitars behind you. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have I got 7? Is that right?
Yeah, and there's another one there, and fretless bass there, and I've got some things more, elsewhere, and I've got percussions, a keyboard, and stuff like that. So
that's so cool. It's such an artist area right now. Like, it's such a musician area. So what is next for you?
Actually, I've been working on another album for about 2 years now, but I do everything on my own on this one too. So I take my time. I let it come to me. It's a concept album, so it's quite weird for me. It's the first time I want to do that, and I'm trying to do it. And I think in my mind, I would love to do a solo album, an album with a lot of people, a solo album, another album with a lot of people, and stuff like that. Because I really like both.
Mm-hmm.
It's very challenging on many levels, on different ways, but it's very interesting. And I want to maybe I say that, but I think this concept album will be maybe delayed because I will have another crazy idea, recording in a submarine or with an orchestra, or I don't know.
Okay, if you're recording in a submarine, I want to interview while you're doing that, because that would be totally cool.
Considering
Anyway.
the fact that I'm seasick, it's gonna be
Oh.
a very long journey.
Yeah, maybe stay away from the submarine. That
I'm a
wouldn't
bit
work.
claustrophobic too, so I don't really think it's a good idea.
Yeah, no. Let's scrap that idea.
But I'll keep the orchestra.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyways, I like that you have crazy ideas like that and you think outside the box. I mean, it puts you on the map, like seriously. And
I'm just trying to push my own boundaries. I mean, what could be more fun, than doing something that I don't know if I can do. I don't know if I'm clear. The fact that I was doing Wooden Bones at the time was that it was such a challenge. I never knew it was gonna work. I just wanted to work on it to turn it into a success, but it's just nonsense.
It's
and
not
right before we record, and we hit the button and say, "Okay, guys, we're on air." I was just thinking, what the hell am I doing? Why? Oh my God!
It worked
and it's
well.
been maybe one of the most peculiar hours in my entire life, in a very good way. But I've never felt this. I've done lots of gigs. I've been on stage, and I still am on stage pretty often. And it was not a live concert. It was something else. It was a real parenthesis. We just lost track of the world. We knew we were being watched and listened to by people, but we couldn't see them because nobody was there in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just the whole crew. We couldn't really speak. We didn't have time to sound check properly in the afternoon, so it was, for most parts of the album, the only time we ever played together. We never played with a saxophone, for instance.
Oh my
He just
God.
knew where he had to play, but he's a very good jazz player. So we talked about the songs for Flowers, for instance. We had time to do a sound check, so we checked the styles I wanted him to have, and the places he'd have to fill. But when we did Black Main, this song was very complicated. He just heard it. He had an MP3 of a rehearsal, and we played it.
Wow.
That's all. So it was quite weird.
I would imagine. It worked. Like you were surrounded by some great musicians if you didn't really have sound checks and they knew where they should, be adding, and wow. That's amazing. Okay, so come up with another crazy idea, because seriously, I want to interview while you're doing it. Okay. So you've been doing this for a while and you've done stuff like that. If you had any kind of advice, Clint, to give anybody that was in the indie music scene right now or just starting out, what do you think you'd tell them?
2 words: work and believe.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's all.
That's all I'm saying. Work and believe. Well, that's good advice, because it takes a lot of work and you have to believe in yourself and believe in your dream, right?
That's it. I mean, a lot of people see music and art as, amusement, fun stuff. Okay, yes, it's a part of it, but you have to master your craft before you have fun.
Mm-hmm.
You have to work your instrument. You have to work your mind. You have to be prepared to do anything and to be confronted to a lot of things too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just having blind faith, oh my god, I'm so great, everybody's gonna like what I do and I'm gonna be a star and stuff like that. It's not working like it. You have to be proud of yourself and you have to challenge yourself. You have to find resources in yourself to always go forward and share with people, because the bottom line of all this is sharing with the audience, with the musicians, with everybody.
Yeah.
And you have to work for it, and at the same time you have to believe, because no one will do it for you. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your project. You have to believe you can do it. When I launched Wooden Bones, I had to believe I knew what I was doing, even if it was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to believe because I wanted the other ones to believe and to go with me and try this. It was a leap of faith. So I guess you could add have fun, because you have to have fun. You have to do this because it thrills you.
Yeah.
Because I've been playing guitar for more than 20 years and I still have goosebumps,
Mm-hmm.
and I still have to have it. I have so many behind me because I feel comfortable when I have one in the room.
Wow.
It's a part of me, and I always think about music all the time. I think in 20 years I've written 400 songs or something like this.
Wow.
Maybe more now. But it's just because it's fun and it's work at the same time. So
yeah, so work, have fun, but believe in yourself. Yeah, great advice. Okay, let's talk about the songs. Now, you let me pick the two songs that I picked. Mm-hmm. They're completely different, which is part of the reason I picked them, but I also really like them, especially this one. I absolutely am in love with this song. It's called Flowers. Talk a little bit about that.
I wrote it, some time ago. I wrote it in 2009, I think. And of all the songs that I wrote, it may be one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
It came very naturally, and it's a short story to me. It's always bizarre to explain lyrics, but to me it's a short story about two characters. You have a deceased man talking to his wife, and if you read correctly the lyrics and you pay attention to it, you see it. It's just, I'm just playing with double entendre the whole time, and you really see what's going on.
You do.
By the last sentence. But all the rest of the song to me was full of images. I saw the guy. I saw the first image I had was this woman in front of a grave in this huge landscape, and the ghost of her husband pressing his hand on her shoulder and talking to her. And so the whole song is about this, the fact that it can transcend, the end.
Love, yeah. I will tell you why it is one of my favorite songs. 3 years ago, over 3 years ago now, the man I was in a relationship passed from cancer. Passed from cancer. And that song makes me tear up. It touches me, and that's why I wanted to pick that song, and I wanted you to tell the story, because the story is beautiful. I'm already tearing up now. So let's talk about Long Way Home before I start crying. Long Way Home.
Can I just add something about Flowers?
Yes.
That's not sad. That's a very happy thing.
Okay.
It's just that I wanted to give a heads up to Olivier, the saxophone player, because this song I wrote a long time ago, and I wanted to record it for a long time, but I never had the opportunity to find the good musicians to do it. I think I recorded it or played it with 5 bands, and it's so close to me that it never worked. I wanted to have this human factor, I wanted to convey feelings. Anyway, so when I thought about the saxophone, I told the story to Olivier, and I just told him, okay, now you know. Bring these images in sounds. Give me something with the saxophone. And listening to the song, I'm still amazed at what he tells me, at the amount of emotion he got to put in it in a single take. I mean, wow.
Wow, yeah.
So I just wanted to, he's brilliant.
And it's beautiful in the song too. And it is a happy story. It's about love transcending, and even though somebody does pass, they're always with you. So and it's a beautiful, beautiful song. Okay, so Long Way Home is completely different, and
Yep.
I love it. So when did you write that one? Was that like a long time ago again, or?
That's the opposite. And that's fun on Wooden Bones. I have old songs, and I have Long Way, for instance, was written just 2 or 3 months before the recording, so it was just brand new.
Oh my god!
And I don't know. This one came for the concept album I was talking about, and I realized pretty quickly that it didn't fit, but I liked it, and so I thought, well, could work with a rock band and a choir, of course, because I'm a sucker for all the ooh, ah, and stuff like that. So I thought, okay, let's have a feel-good song. And I realized working with Woodboss that I have several songs talking about the same mood. This one echoes a bit Runaway, the first one, as they're talking about this guy, hitting the road, being a wanderer, and roaming, never finding a place to settle and looking for home. I guess I'm this guy too. And you're right, on the album I wanted to change styles. I didn't want to have 10 songs with the same sound and the same mood and the same genre. It's boring, so I tried to have this one quite rock and steady and fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a fun song. And I can relate to the Long Way Home because I'm 50 years old and I'm still trying to find home. So everybody calls me a gypsy because I'm always here, there, and everywhere. So I can really relate to the song, but it also makes me feel good and gets me moving. So I love the difference. It's like, it's night and day, both songs, and I love that. Clint, thank you. I'm so happy I got the chance to have you on my show to talk about just the live recording of this CD, because that blew me away. But you're amazing as well.
Thank you.
You can hear your passion when you talk, and that's what it's all about as far as I'm concerned. If you don't have the passion, why are you doing it? So I love having artists on where you can absolutely feel the love and the passion they have for their art. So thank you. Everybody can purchase Clint's music online. You can go to his website, which is clintslate.com. It's going to be up on my website. You can just click on it and it'll take you right to his site. So you can listen to all the songs on Wooden Bones along with all the other songs. And now, is the YouTube video up on your website as well?
Yes, but I'm putting them one at a time. So we're at the 4th one, actually.
Okay.
So every week or two, I tend to put another video, so people have the time to digest the other one.
Okay. Well, that's a great idea. And everybody go check them out. Just go watch, because it's brilliant. So thank you so much for coming on my show. Anything new happens, you do, decide to go on the submarine, let me know. You're more than welcome to come back anytime. And
I'd love to.
Yeah, it was a pleasure talking to you, Clint. And thank you so much for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime, like I said. Okay, and thank you for joining me on Allie's Attic. Keep checking my website because you never know what kind of surprises you'll find in my attic. Cheers!
Cheers.